All right, welcome everybody. This is going to be a really quick brief on ISO 9000 and specifically the area of corrective and preventive action. So I'm going to teach you a little bit about that today, and got a slideshow, but it's very few slides. They're just kind of to back me up while I'm up here, and I'll just dive right in. Okay. Is anybody familiar with ISO and what ISO stands for? We used to have at ELC ISO. It actually stands for the International Organization of Standardization. So the acronym doesn't quite line up, but it's a European thing. So, and they don't just do quality standards. They have standards for both photography, healthcare, everything you can imagine. So. What I'm specifically talking about is the 9001 standard, which deals with quality management systems. The 2008 is just the year version of the latest one, and I think they're up to 2011 already. Two of the critical processes that you have to be ISO compliant are a corrective action system and a preventive action system. I'm going to talk about that. So imagine if you went to pick up your car, you took it to a shop to have your tire fixed or something like that. You pick up your car, and then here's how your car looked when you picked it up. You'd be highly upset as a customer. You'd say, something's wrong. I want this corrected. Those guys at that shop would have to have some type of system in place to first track your complaint, go back and try to figure out what happened, make sure it doesn't happen to the next customer, make it right with you, and also actually, remediate this damage itself, fix your car specifically, that one item. But ideally, they would want to make sure this never happens again. So having a system like that in place is what corrective action is all about. Really, it's not so much a customer complaint system, but it's more a system to actually get this right so you never do it again. So in quality management speak, that's eliminate the causes of nonconformity. So nonconformity would be anything that doesn't make you happy as a customer. So you gave them requirements, fix my car. They did their work on it. They did their processes on it. When they handed it to you, they didn't meet some of the requirements. One of your requirements was probably my front right tire has to have air in it and the car needs to be drivable. Really, we want it fixed back to the way our expectation was. That's why there's always a gray area with repair shops. We never really give them the spec that they got to fix to. They make the call on how good the car is or ready to use. So there's always liability issues. In a nutshell, corrective action is about eliminating those nonconformities before we deliver it to the customer. So that's the concept. There's another part that goes along with that with ISO, but this is a little bit more preventive in nature. In fact, it's called preventive action. It's making sure that you don't ship things to the customer in the first place that are bad. We don't want to wait till you tell me that bottled water is tainted or whatever. I want to catch it at the assembly line. In fact, I'd like to catch it before we even go into production, ideally. So companies invest a lot of money in preventive action measures. They look at quality control stuff. They do a lot of sampling. The Coast Guard as an organization, we're more service oriented. We don't make a whole lot of stuff, but you got to be creative to come up with preventive action things regarding services. And I think we do with some of the work groups and things that we have. You just don't realize that's what we're doing. But we're doing preventive action. When we actually get deeper into our ISO cert stuff, we'll be documenting preventive actions a lot better. In terminology of ISO, it's eliminate the cause of potential nonconformity. So you didn't send the bottled water out to the customer yet. We flagged it at the factory floor. We didn't ship it. And we're going to have a system in place to fix that and prevent it from even happening in the first place. So it's not really a nonconformity until you deliver the product. So the end goal is this: happy customer, You want your business to grow. You want your business to do well. Um, if you neglect your corrective action system, you let those nonconformities pile up, it's really going to be detrimental to your business. Your service level is going to go down. You're going to get low customer approval ratings, customer satisfaction ratings, and for us, it's going to mean the fleet's going to start complaining to their, whether it's their area or district manager, saying, we're really not getting the support from SFLC that we were told we would get. Something's going on. So that's where my office will come into play. We'll take those CASREP messages and nasty grams, and we'll try to turn it into the system, which really just, we try to find the root cause of what happened. It's going to be sometimes 4 or 5 things. It's not always going to be, let's just fix the process. So a document doesn't ship a bad part to a boat. You know that. So, in a nutshell, to sum it all up, what I really want you to understand is that the corrective and preventive action system is about a process in itself. So as long as we follow that same process when we find something bad, whether it's a bad drawing or things like that, and we segregate nonconformities from the good stuff and don't ship bad stuff, we'll do better as an organization. So, does anybody have any questions about that? I mean, it's a really high-level view of record preventive action. We're going to be coming around showing everybody about the actual system we use, which is SFLC Central, to log and track and do all this. Anybody have any questions? If not, thanks so much for your few minutes of time. Have a great evening.